Hello one last time, because this is the sixth and final planned episode of Me, Myself and Mental Health. And I'm going to be talking about the impact that you as a person have made on the people around you. So one of the things with depression and with mental health is obviously a feeling or that you are not good enough, or that people would be better off without you. And it's a feeling that I think a lot of people have had before. But think about time travel that you see in films and stories, and the impact. It's kind of one of those things where they always say if you go into the past and you alter one thing, then that's going to mess with the future. And okay, time travel is not real, but that statement kind of is. Think about this: if you didn't exist, then every person that you've ever had a relationship with in your life, their entire life would be different. That may sound dramatic, but it's not. For instance, all of you that are watching this, that are my friends, that have met me, that have spent time with me, if I had never existed, everyone you've met through me, everyone who's been employed by me, everyone who has been in a relationship with me, hooked up with me, fallen out with me, employed me, they'd have all been doing different things with different people at different times. Some of your lives may have been exponentially better, some of them may have been worse, but either way, the very fact that I've existed in your life has impacted it, and you with mine. I think I think that's something that people forget. You may feel like you're not important at certain times, and you may feel like perhaps people could be better off without you, but that's not the case. If you think the people around you will be better off without you, you're wrong. If they wanted to be without you, they would have been without you. People will ask questions like, this is not exclusive to people with poor mental health. This is just in general. When people ask you, would you change anything about your life? If you could go back to the past. And I don't think I would. It was a real hard journey to get to where I am, to get to being happy now. But it was a ride. Yeah, perhaps if I'd looked in a bit sooner, if I'd have sought medication or a counsellor, that I could have suffered for a less extensive period of time. But in doing things the way I've done it is how I got through it. It's how I came out to where I am now. It's how I'm able to sit here and talk about it. Sometimes I think about the fact that if this illness had won, I would have been dead for 20 years already. That's crazy. I look back at those 20 years, and yeah, there was some real hardships in there. But my God, there were some fucking good times too. With the exception of Jess and Penny, who I've known most of my life. All of my closest friends were met in that time. I fell in love in that time. I met my nieces, who are just the best people ever. I saw my mum get remarried and find the right person for her. I learned so much about myself, and I helped a lot of people. I got to go all around Europe. I went to the States. I saw my best friends have kids. I've been around Asia, moved to Australia, moved to New Zealand, and forged a career doing something that I enjoy and that I'm good at. I had a life. I have a life. And at the time, that I was going through this at its worst, I couldn't envision that would happen. I didn't see any future for myself at all. And now it's something I kind of think about quite a lot. I've got plans. I know where I want to go, the next few years, and what I want to do with my life and the people that I want around me when I do it. And God, I'm so thankful for those people, because it's not like, yeah, I got away from being suicidal eventually, but it took a long time to really get my head together, and every now and then I still slip, and I'm fortunate enough that on this journey I've met a lot of people who reach out their hand to help me up when I do slip, who kind of walk down that road with me. And God, I don't want a life without them. I don't want to leave them until we have no choice and we're old and we're all just starting to drop away. I got this can't really see it, this tattoo here. My first tattoo, I got it in 2011. I was in Thailand. It was the first time I'd really been on holiday since I left school, like 9 years earlier, and my friends had gone off doing something for the day that I didn't want to get involved in. I kind of just wanted a day by myself, and I kind of just remember walking around this island and staring out at the sea for quite a long time, and I think I cried a little bit. I was just like really taking in where I was and what I was doing, and the company that I was on this trip with. And it was the first time, 11 years after, it was the first time that I really took stock of the fact that I was so happy that I did not achieve what I had set out to do on that day. And this tattoo was it was of the date at which I attempted suicide. It was to remind me, anytime I felt down, I would look at it and remember that it was never going to be that bad, and remember all the good things that had happened between then and that point. And now here, another 8 years later, I am ready to have that covered, because I don't feel, as much as it was symbolic for me, I don't feel it's something that I need anymore. I don't feel like I need that reminder, or that that's a place I will be back in again. And obviously I have no guarantee of that. The mind's a strange thing, but I'm pretty confident enough to feel like I can say goodbye to that era and to those memories, and stop holding on to it and stop looking back on it with any remorse, and just accept that it was a part of my life that happened, and it is gone, and that the rest of my life is happening now and is gonna keep being awesome. And thank you guys for helping make it awesome and being awesome with me.